What's up, everybody? Today we're going to do a student review, and we've got a top of the line first game, 92% here. So we're going to have to deep dive into this and see how exactly did he manage to score 92%. So student is black, and it's a good line, but really a suboptimal play in the opening. I guess this is safer. It's trying to prevent against this, but the optimal move is indeed here, and you'd have to know your openings to really understand why and how this can be played and what you do. It's a complicated opening, very tactical, and unfortunately, we don't have time to get into all of those details in this video, but we can review the game anyway. So, straight off the bat, great tactical find. Well done there. Good pushy play, man. Trapping the queen on the famous f3 square. I've been telling you about this, and I'm glad to see you implement it. And wow, straight away a win. Typical motif at play here when you've got the bishop zigzagging with the queen on the awkward f3 or f6 square. Well done. That's game number one. Game number two, we have 80%. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a tough game. And student is white, so let's have a look. Standard opening stuff. Yeah, you do have a tendency to not continue on with the A4. You probably should continue with it. Maybe you're wondering like what's the follow-up after that? So let's have a look. My goodness, what a long combination we have here from the AI. And yeah, well, it's very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know what more we can say about it. But anyway, this is probably decent. Your choice, bishop e3. It's probably decent. It's a good capture. Deflecting that knight away, enabling you to push forward more strongly. But this is an error, a tactical error. And is he going to spot it? No, he doesn't. You needed to take it, take back. And then Bishop Zinger here. Bishop Zinger. Knight doesn't have the counter threat because this knight's got him. So, yeah. This is an example of tactical opportunity missed. And I want you to not miss these opportunities in the future. I don't know how one can improve against that other than training on tactics. But this is a wild move. G4, totally unnecessary. Why? Why? I think this is a key move here. You want to make this rook useful. Either you bring him here or you try to open it up here and take advantage of the loose piece. This is a passive approach to it, and it's a bit too slow because you went hyper tactical there, man. You went hyper tactical. I don't think it was accurate. All right. Well, then it's just going to be a lost game here. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think the key recurring issue was the reluctance to play a4 was the theme of this particular game. You should be more willing to play that. All right. Next one, we have a game 81%. Decent play. Let's have a look at it with black side. Solid opening. Good play, good pushy play, and already you've snipped off a bishop, but gotten a little bit over defensive. This is not a defensive move. Never think of this as a good defensive option. Better is always to move your king here or here if you're worried about this thing happening. That's a much better way. This is just inviting more danger because then he's going to do this and you're going to have to figure out that. Then okay, then you'll do this. And again, you're going to have to try to figure out, and the pressure is just going to keep on building and building, and it's usually not good. Maybe you can handle it in this permutation, but most likely not. Usually not. So in general, I would avoid such a move. It tends to create troubles, tends to create a lot of troubles. Now we are at risk. Okay. Wow, it's a tactically sharp position because he missed his queen there. Okay, well, luck saves the day in the end, and that's all well and good. But there were some lessons to learn in this game, nonetheless. And we should all be fortunate for having that opportunity. Let's go back to the critical moment. I would say this defense. This is the main mistake which you needed to watch out against. The better alternative is to simply capture, allow him to go into you, and then this is hyper aggressive defense, very difficult to play. I get it, it's not easy. But I think there are other angles to defending as well. Let's look at this with manual analysis. If we capture here, I mean, what if we just simply move king h7? Is that so bad? Because that's like the simplest line, and it seems decent enough. Then it forces him to play something like knight capture here, bishop capture, something like that, and you get a safe position where you get to capitalize on your advantage. So I would say that's the key thing to remember. Avoid this wherever possible. All right, next one, 81% against 90%, a stellar game from his opponent. So we're gonna have to see how he manages here. And we have a Sicilian opening, played very impressively from both sides. Very precise play, that's a soft move. That's a very soft move, isn't it? Whenever you're thinking of playing h3, just don't. You have to be really, really good to know what you're doing with h3 type of moves. Bishop e3 seems more logical to me, but yeah, and that's what the computer suggested too. Yeah, h3 is overly anticipative of the opponent's attack. Like you're thinking he's gonna come here, then he's gonna come here, then they're gonna attack here. So let me play this now already. No, that's too defensive. This is much better approach. Of course, then you do have to worry about this. So I get it. And there you will have this move and finally potentially bishop here. I don't know. Let's have a look quickly. Yeah. Okay. Then good retreat. Okay. Interesting. Here, I get it. I think it's normal human tendency to go backwards. It's safer, more secure. Going up here carries a risk that you may be captured and then you'll be able to capture it later on. But the nuances of the position will dictate whether or not you can hold on to that advanced pawn. It seems it must have been possible in this case, but it's not. It's typically not the case. So your instincts may not have been totally misplaced there. Very tough game here. A very tough game, and oh, we made the critical blunder because of the skewer here with the bishop. Yeah, that's unfortunately a huge deal, and now, well, you've got to remember this knight is on the verge of being trapped, essentially trapped. He can't get out from here any longer. So you pretty much had to make a stab for it already, then capture, and then try to hold on to it from here. That would be my best bet. After this, it's pretty much impossible. Pretty much impossible. Anyway, maybe let's do one more game in the analysis. And we have here Leslie. And it's one of the worser games. So let's have a look at this one. This should be entertaining. All right. Hyper-modern opening from black with a very weird bishop maneuver. And huh. I would have, personally, I would have just captured here, I think. Because it doubles his pawns, makes them very awkward. Or you win the bishop and double his pawns, which is also good. Computer, on the other hand, is liking knight g5, which is a bit more elaborate way. Of course, you're planning to come in here and win one of these, so queen has to invest a move, and then you have enough time to seal the deal and then drop the knight, and I presume that's the continuation. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. These are interesting knights and good measured play to remember to go back, but of course now the pawn is potentially free to be taken, although it wasn't maybe the best move for black to even take it. I don't know. Don't fully understand what's happening here. It's fine. This is an instructive moment. This kind of move really rattles the ship. You know, the king is just hovering there in midair, and you want to throw a stone at his house. He's got a little wooden hut, and you want to throw a stone at it to expose him. This is a different style of play, which is more like keeping it under control. And trading the queens is inaccurate here. Why is it inaccurate? Well, because the king is more exposed. So, in principle, you don't want to relieve the pressure on the opponent voluntarily. You want to keep the pressure going, and actually, you see tactic emerges right away. Okay, but instead we have an endgame grind, and those can also be highly entertaining. Isn't there an opportunity here with the check winning that? Why is knight c3 more precise? I don't know. Oh, well, I guess even though you might win the bishop with the check, the problem is that black can play this on the next move, threatening the back rank mate. And if white tries to defend it by moving the roof top, then he gets to check and win the knight. And if white tries to defend by moving a knight here, then the rook can stop short here, attack first, then jiggy the knight somewhere and deliver mate next, or otherwise just win the knight. So it's the same continuation. Very interesting. This is why this was the precise move. We don't know if our opponent, if our student saw all of that, but we must believe that that must have been the case. So some pressure building here. A very tough endgame lays ahead. Good repetition. Good repetition. Now the key for white really is to somehow get muscles going here, right? That's also good, but unfortunately king can wiggle in here, so repeated checks aren't gonna cut it. Okay, winning a pawn, I get it. I get it. This has merit, this approach, but now he can block with the rook in the middle. That's not good. Might have been worthwhile to just sacrifice the rook here already and make a run for it after that. Hard to really say for sure, but oh wow, wow, he fell a move short and then didn't finish it off. And whenever you get breathing room here, you got to take it. Check. Start delivering those checks. Oh my God, snap! What a game. What a game. This was a game. Heck of a game. All right. Thank you for watching and catch you later.